Oh, when we're recording, guys, it is
And
on.
we're going.
Okay.
And we're recording. And hi.
Hi, what's your name? Say it out loud.
Gabby
camera.
Bryan, what's your name? Gabby Bryan, what's your name?
I'm Zack Senior, and this is going to go ahead and be Lizzie over here.
Oh, Lizzie's off camera. What else is new?
And we have an amazing special guest today.
An amazing, special, delicious guest. Someone who, you don't even know this, I've followed for actual years.
Ooh.
Been a fan for years because I love girls on the internet.
I know you do.
I love the thing I love.
It's a huge
about
market
this
these days, yeah.
guest is like, I love a woman who's on the internet telling it like it is. Do you understand? Saying this is this, write that down. And that's the energy of our guest. Give it up, put your hands together, clap. I'm serious.
I know you're probably driving, listening to this. Take your hands off
the wheel.
God'll take over.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Get Jesus doing what he do, taking
Can you
the
finally
wheel.
take this wheel everyone's talking about?
Exactly right. And big round of applause for Anna Kai.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Did you like that?
That was amazing. I need you two everywhere with me.
Is that good for you?
Was
It's
that
like
good?
the angel and the devil in my ear. I don't know which is
Who's
which.
who?
yet.
Okay, I was about to say.
I don't
It's clear.
know.
You'll know.
Okay.
I
we'll
feel like
figure it
I'm
out.
kind of second coming of Jesus vibes. You're Antichrist.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. Got her ass.
No, I actually couldn't agree more. And maybe at the end of the pod, we'll sort of circle back and say who felt like angel and who felt like devil.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, I will. You're both giving a little of both right now, and I can't tell. So
Give
That's
it
really
to
good.
maybe both.
We are, and Lizzie is the angel.
Yeah.
No,
Guys-
I'm the girl at the gate being like, no.
Oh, you can't come in.
You can't come in. I'm
At
so
both
sorry.
gates. You're at Heaven's Gate and Hell's Gate.
No, you're
yeah,
I've got an
Tra-
elevator.
You're like in every Disney movie, there's always like an animal sidekick.
Yes.
You're like the moose
Ouch.
shoe.
Yeah,
No.
Or-
demoted.
No.
Or did you see Wally?
Yes.
You are the cockroach. I mean that in the best way.
In a hot way. In a hot
In
way.
a hot way.
Like if
You're
the cockroach was
comedic
cut,
side- The cockroach that refuses to die. It's great.
we can't get rid of you, bitch.
That's you're welcome, Lizzie.
Because at the end of a nuclear holocaust, there's one thing I know for sure.
I'll be
you
standing.
will be okay.
I'll be
Okay?
standing
So
You'll
true.
be
with
alive.
my laptop.
Zach and I were actually doing this thing called a long phone call, which we do sometimes.
Yeah, it's easy. It's your
And
friends.
we
Just
were-
call them.
Yeah, just call them and
You
chat.
could do it whenever.
It's easy. And we were talking about The Little Mermaid for some reason.
We got onto that. Yeah.
And Zach was like, I don't even think like I'm a character in The Little Mermaid. And I'm like,
Like
if you don't think,
dejected.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think
There's no role for me.
I could be in that.
I'm
part.
like, if you don't think you're that goddamn little sidekick fish, you're insane.
Totally. Or the
Flounder.
seagull.
I feel like I could be like the little crab, Sebastian. So,
You're the fish. Who are you in the Little Mermaid?
I literally cannot remember what the other ancillary characters are besides Ariel, Ursula, and whoever the fuck Ariel falls in love with.
You're giving, when Ursula becomes a human and she's like a bombshell babe to like go and like steal voices and stuff. and she's,
Literally
like,
no, but yes.
You're-
Thank you.
Well, okay, so
Wait, I need it.
Bring it up.
I'll
I actually-
Ursula takes Ariel's voice. You know the whole.
I swear
shit.
I've seen this Disney classic,
this
but I
rings
It's like a
don't
huge
remember
story.
any.
Yeah, it's like massive.
It's one of the big three, Anna.
I swear I grew up in America, but okay, yes, continue.
my
jogging
little
my memory.
spark notes of it is, she takes her voice, everyone's freaking out. Things are going well for Ursula because like voice is snatched.
She's called
and then she gets married, like then shapeshifts into an even hotter girl paired with the mermaid voice.
Oh my god, so true.
Oh,
Wait,
and
she has a
then-
different name.
And then
name's
fools the
Vanessa.
prince into liking her instead of Ariel, this mute peasant they found that like they keep in the castle after finding. And then at the last minute, that bell or that shell around her neck gets slapped to the ground. Voice goes back.
full length.
Day is saved.
I'll tell you what.
I wish
She's
I could
only
be
in
like,
the
oh,
movie
yeah.
briefly. She's
No.
really only in the movie briefly.
She's a form
so, like,
of Ursula.
Yeah, she tries
right.
to like, Ariel's so close to kissing the prince and like breaking the curse and getting everything she wants.
Okay.
And then Vanessa, aka Ursula, shows up.
Of
Like,
course
yeah.
her name's Vanessa.
I know, brunette,
Her name's
bombshell.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
It was either Vanessa or Veronica or
Yeah.
something like that. It wasn't going to be an Emily.
V names are evil.
They
V
are
names
named
are famous
Vivian?
evil.
Vivian.
Vivian.
Victoria?
Oh. Shout out Twilight. We still are fans.
Shout out the villain in Twilight, Victoria. 2 different actresses.
Oh.
2 different actresses.
Also, I've never seen. I am so when you
This
when
is
you
good.
talk
This is
about
good.
pop culture, it's so funny because I tried to be an actress for a very long time in my 20s.
Yep.
And
Ugh.
you would think that as somebody who wanted to be in film and TV, I would have seen a lot of film and TV, and I have seen very little. My husband's like, oh, you know, this movie? I'm like, no.
No.
He's like, that was just an iconic moment of the 90s, but it's fine.
But I really feel like when we were children, movies weren't for girls. And hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
It's not really about the movies that existed. It's about the fact that we had so many other tactical forms of media. We had People's Magazine. Do you remember going to a CVS, buying 12 magazines and
Yeah.
going, this is my night?
Yeah.
Why would I watch The Godfather 3, which
Yeah.
has nothing to do with me? I'm gonna
Is there
watch...
even a girl in that movie?
No.
I feel like
There is, and she has the a death scene that is iconic because it's so bad. It's played by Sofia Coppola.
oh my god.
Sorry to bring that into.
I just feel like
Sorry,
that
Sophia.
that movie definitely fails the Bechdel test.
Yes.
Right? The
Oh.
Godfather.
all three
so
of them.
funny
failed
that you
the
say like People Magazine though, because yes, we did have People Magazine and Teen Vogue and
Teen Vogue.
but I had Neopets. That's where
yeah,
Yes.
I
yeah,
in
that's
life.
all the
I
pop
love-
culture I need.
Well, we had
that little
so
ice cream
entertainment.
game where you got to catch the scoop.
omelet.
Okay.
make a big sandwich for SpongeBob.
Yeah, I was trying to earn coins for my virtual pet online, which just goes to show you where I was in life at that time.
This tells me that you're an entrepreneur because I like it when I first off there's a lot of things you just said that I like. Okay, I want to be very clear about that. One, that
My
you were trying
delusion?
to be an actress in your 20s. Yes.
Totally. That's a big part of being in your 20s for everyone. Okay?
I do not trust you if you didn't have a 5 to 7 year period where you did headshots and you were trying to be a pop star actress.
Totally.
If you haven't gotten to that, you have a lot of growing to do.
Okay.
Also, the fact that you don't like pop culture, it is useless information.
It's funny because I wish I was more into it because you would think as somebody who is very online for my career that I would be very into pop culture.
Yeah.
But things happen and then I hear about them 3 months later when they finally make it to Instagram.
I'm
Because
like, hi, Barbie.
Hey.
Yeah, like, just-
I'm like,
Hi, Barbie.
I
You
mean,
just start doing that now.
here's the thing is like I didn't create a TikTok until 2022. The first iteration of my online career was a WordPress in 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to WordPress.
Because
WordPress.
everybody was getting on TikTok doing their cutesy dances and going viral.
Yeah.
And, you know, Addison Rae was like doing her thing. And I was like, I will start a WordPress. This seems like the way to go.
Counterculture.
No, that rocks.
I know.
I get that. I'm also the same way where when you're so online for your job that you just sort of don't scroll that much anymore. Like I personally only follow Mormon mothers in Utah.
Sure.
This is true.
Well, and that's actually big in pop culture right now.
Well,
it is, and thank God because pop culture rounded back
Yeah.
to what I was already looking at, which is like these weird trad wives with like 8 blonde children in the hills of Utah.
But
This
what
is
do you
something
get
I've
out
always
of
loved.
it?
Just like an escape from
You want their life.
Yeah.
life of media.
You're manifesting. You want their life.
I'm
That's-
manifesting. I'm manifesting the need to want that life.
Mm.
Interesting.
And this will, I mean, this really is actually a perfect segue into our dating moments. But like, there's nothing more opposite than my life than a Mormon mother of 8. By the
No,
way.
I would say,
like,
yeah.
More than
8.
one.
Yeah.
You don't even have a goddamn guppy. You don't have a fucking
I have
plant. You don't have nothing.
Nothing to
Yeah.
care for. Do you understand? Just 8 kids of all ages where you're like, when did you start and when will you stop having kids? That vibe.
Yeah.
Different
they're
shades
baking
of
bread.
hair. It goes from bleach blonde to sandy blonde
Yeah.
and everything in between. Okay.
And they're like, where is that big of a plot of land that these women have a small cottage on like 100 acres? Where is that? Isn't this whole world
Not New York
metropolitan?
City.
No.
Not New York.
I think
Yeah.
yeah. There's actually like a bunch of land. Yeah,
Where?
I feel
West land.
like there's like a
Just go
bunch of
west.
shit out there.
On
North.
Pangea?
Or
You go
north.
to
That's true.
upstate New York, you can get a lot of land up there.
It's true.
I would become
For-
Mormon. I would do it. I would drop this lifestyle of evil, okay, and I would just be a Mormon if it could be gay, because I find
That's
them
the
hot.
thing, though. I don't think it
Are
can
you
be gay.
Which, not the women, presumably.
Yeah, no, I'm only straight for Mormon women. Wow, I'm an ideal Mormon member.
Let's go into our
One more thing I
Say
have
it.
to say really
Zach?
quick. On my way, this is for the fans. This is for the people out there. I love you,
For the
girls.
fans.
Okay, and guys.
Say
There's
it.
some guys.
Say it. now.
Okay. On my way here, I got stopped on the street by an amazing fan of the pod,
Aw.
Steph.
Steph.
Oh my God. She was amazing. And just like all of our fans, just how I expected, she was in an amazing outfit and an amazing look. Her makeup
course.
unsnatched. Was that what
That's
the kids
okay.
are saying?
That's
these
okay.
days? Yeah.
It will be now.
Girl, you're on Snatch 100. You looked amazing. And that was just minutes ago.
Oh, shout out Steph.
Shout out, Steph. We love you so much. Are you ready? Take a moment.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
No, this has all been one
No,
moment.
I'm actually warmed up. I'm actually
no.
loose.
Okay. First question, easy breezy, nothing to freak out about. Who are you and why are you here?
You think that's an easy question? People ask me what I do at parties, and I'm like, I'm a
I'm
content.
a bad bitch? Is that?
Well, I say content creator, right? Because
Yeah.
I think everybody has a chip on their shoulder about the word influencer, but then nobody understands what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm like, I'm an influencer, and they're like, oh, and they're like, what do you influence? And I'm like, I don't know. Watch my content and see if you find me convincing.
I don't know the
I'm a
minds of
woman
the
of
youth. I don't know. Like
Foreign policy, like.
Anyways, my name is Anna Kai, obviously. Thank you for the introduction. No one will ever top that. And I'm an influencer. I create, or I'd like to think I create, whoop, this mic, empowerment videos
Yes.
for women and the gays.
Thank you.
I
was about to say it.
My
You're in it.
stats on my socials, I think my followers are 95% women and 5% men. And of the 5% of men, I am pretty sure 99.9% of them are gay.
And then
Yes.
it's your husband.
Oh wow, that's
That's
Yeah.
true. But for a while, not even, because he didn't
Oh.
have Instagram for
Oh.
a while. He only created an Instagram to follow me.
And that's exactly right.
Wait.
that's the only way straight men should be online.
That was
I
a
is
test that
forced.
He passed. He passed.
That's my dream.
I know.
I love those trends online that are like the only people allowed to post are women and the only people allowed to watch what they post are men.
Yes.
And I like
So men
that.
need to be online to like our stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Also, I don't know why influencers have this big chip on their shoulder for the word influencer. There's nothing sexier. It sounds French. Influencer. You like the fact that we have to say content creator is so like content creator. You know, like influencer is such a
You know what it is? It's because people assume, even though I just read today that we're a $500 billion industry and it's projected to be $700 billion in the
Sure.
next year or two.
Oh, perfect. 700 billion.
That's
Even
money.
though
Half of that is the podcast.
right. And even though we're actually an industry, people not in the industry still think we don't work. I'm like, I work, just not in the way that you think so. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of over trying to be taken seriously by people. I don't really care. So I just say influencer now. And honestly, most of the time I just say I'm a woman of the internet, not of the
Love that.
That does invoke OnlyFans vibes.
Oh my God.
I know. But then
I'm
they
like
go
a
on
woman
my
of the night or something, you know? I'm a woman of online.
A woman of the internet is so like
I literally
film
typed it.
noir.
I typed it in a document.
Yeah,
I just typed that in.
that episode title.
We'll
of
need
course,
that.
yeah.
Where I like to call myself virtual gay. I'm like a or a digital gay. You know what I mean? Like a Tamagotchi.
But you're also very gay in real life. So it's great. What you see is what you get.
There you go.
I am.
Go fuck yourself, loser.
If you think this is gay, you should see me when the cameras are off. Okay, I'm splorking. Okay.
yeah, you're probably gayer when you're having gay sex with Zach.
when
You
you're
have to
talking
prove
to
that.
women. Okay.
He's trying to reel it in for us, and I do appreciate that.
I am trying to reel it in, so I said splorking dork instead of.
No, yes, of course.
Yeah,
Like-
and you did a great
Don't
job.
make mommy bleep anything.
I would say I'm a girl clown, and that's my title.
Oh, I like that.
yeah,
I
not a
guess
clown,
a
a girl clown.
But see, you're a comedian.
yes.
That just makes sense to people when you say I'm a comedian and a podcaster,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
I don't know. People with influencers are very confused, and then they assume like if I'm talking to somebody from again not this sphere, they're like, oh, do you like try on clothes for a living? I'm like, no, I actually tried to be a fashion influencer and it didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
So power to the people that did do that, but no, I don't.
Now I
Try
just
on clothes
chat.
for
Yeah.
leisure. Okay. Not
It's
that's
just my
play,
private
not
time.
work.
Okay. What are 3 words that describe you, and why? And it could be so out there.
Yeah, like I can.
Yeah.
I
Would
could
you
give-
like to go first?
I'll go
Zach, go
first.
first.
Like
Okay.
if I'm gonna say I'm 3 words that describe me, Argyle. Am I wearing an Argyle anything? No.
No, it's not about that.
It's not about that. It's about like the collegiate enterprise of the word Argyle.
Okay.
Like,
You did grow up in Connecticut, as you told
So
me.
very
so
collegiate
Very,
place,
very
okay?
Argyle.
I didn't go to any of the private schools. They were all around me. Definitely put my family's wealth into perspective. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what now.
I'll tell you what, being with a single mom renting in Connecticut doesn't feel too good.
The non-generational wealth happening here.
So I got to do it. Like, it's how embarrassing, okay?
That does suck.
I'm the one white guy in Connecticut who doesn't have the generational wealth, okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's so shitty. So I'll take it if anyone's out there.
get
So
it.
Argyle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Argyle, and this is a compound word, but it will be the bee's knees.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I feel like I'm dancing on sunshine. You know, bees dance to communicate.
Do they?
Oh.
That's like they do a little samba.
All bees or just honeybees or
Not all
wasps?
bees.
Because wasps seem like the assholes
They don't
of
feel
the
like they're
whole.
dancing.
Yeah, but
They're
maybe
doing
wasps
rituals.
do like a haka, like we don't
Yeah,
know.
we don't know what they
Yeah.
do.
We don't know. Maybe they do sort of more an aggressive dance.
It is interesting. You're a wasp. You're a bee.
Aw.
So
Wow.
true.
You are you should yeah, this bitch is a wasp. I'll tell you what.
And
I
you're a
make delicious
bumblebee.
honey.
And I'm just like, guys, stop.
You're a yellow
Stop.
jacket.
Yellow jacket.
What's the difference?
No, yellow
Wasp
jacket is a
is-
wasp.
Is a wasp.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no.
Bumblebees are the ones that when they come around, you're like,
They're
you
happy.
can stay.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy.
Okay.
And then lastly, instead of a word, it is a turn of phrase, cup of joe. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a very loose word.
It's so
here.
loose.
Okay.
It could be literal.
Okay.
Or
I'm loose.
metaphysical.
I mean cup of joe in the sense where I'm feeling these days ready, I'm like rooster crowed. I'm up 5 a.m. Let's get this shit done.
Yeah.
So you said cup of joe in replacement of cocaine.
Yeah.
Basically.
I can't do cocaine because it will make me ugly. So I'll never
Oh.
do any drug that makes me ugly. So no meth for me.
Don't give it to me.
Stop.
I don't want to do it.
My mom did sit me down before I went to college, and she was like, kind of did a drug talk with me. But the way she put it was like, don't become an alcoholic. They look terrible when they're older. Don't do cocaine. You'd be so annoying on that drug. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Got it,
Like,
got it,
Taking notes.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. I understand now. Thank you. The first one that comes to mind is fart. And I say that
Yes.
because
Thank
one
God.
of
Yes.
my pillars, people are like, what are your content pillars? I'm like, honestly, I
farting
think.
videos.
I wish.
So it
I
is
bet that's an
OnlyFans.
industry.
I know, right? I talk about women's bodily functions because I feel like women should have more comfort around that subject.
Totally agree.
You have no idea. I posted a video around farting a year and a half ago, and I inadvertently started Fartgate in my comments, and how many women are like, it's so disgusting. I've been married to my husband for 50 years and I still don't fart in front of him.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm like, I've only been married to him for 2 years. I've been together with him for 6, but
And I've been
hell
farting
no.
for 5 of
Yeah.
And
them.
I've been farting.
Farting nonstop.
Yeah.
5.5 of them,
Yeah.
please. I mean, I remember the first time we like broke the seal of
Yeah.
our relationship. I lived in a studio apartment in New York, and
Being an actress.
and it was very dark in there, but it was the only thing I could afford as a struggling actress, and I worked in real estate on the side because I was making no money.
So an actress.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. And he needed to, I'm sure, like I don't know. The conversation came up, and he needed a poop in my apartment.
Oh my God. Yeah.
In the bathroom that was right next to
Oh,
everything
God.
else. And I was like,
Nightmare.
go for it. I don't care if I hear anything. I was like, don't even turn on the water. I don't care. And I think that's what started the conversation. I was like, I am not
Started a
somebody who
dialogue.
Ah.
it's like it's like the milestone conversations you should have as a couple.
Yes.
The conversation around money, how much everybody's making and how you see money, because that's very
How do you
important.
do that? I've never done that. I've always had really broke boyfriends, so it's really
so
not
there's-
a conversation. It's more of like, oh, I know.
All right, I can get it.
I'll take. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it. So,
It's on
but it's
me.
still a
Yeah.
conversation if they're broke, because presumably they're trying not to be broke. So, what are your views on how you spend that money when they're not broke, right?
Take-
As a
Write this
couple
down, Gabby.
together.
Gabby, please write this down. I'll send
you've
you
got-
the transcript of this.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I guess how you view money. And then the other conversation is around bodily functions, I think. It's like, I've never been shy about that. I could never be with somebody who thinks that that's disgusting and, I need to leave the room or they need to leave the room. I'm like, life's too fucking short. If we're sitting on the couch on a Friday night and I need to fart, it's just going to happen. If it smells, so what? It will pass, as most things in life.
There's
So
a lot more
beautiful.
happening in the world
Yeah.
to worry about.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are dying. You think it's a big deal if I need to shit right now?
Yeah, I'm
Well, I
I'm
feel like
sorry. I was also put on this earth to do this one thing. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, every girl I know loves to poop. Everybody
it's
I
a
talk
hot
to.
girl
highlight of
trait.
my day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, guys.
A little
I mean,
diarrhea is the best cleanse ever.
I mean, guys love doing that too. Half the time I'm texting you guys, I'm on the toilet. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's
I'm
where
living my life
where,
when
where
I'm
one
like-
texts.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like a suburban home and you've gone in like the parents' bathroom and it's like literally like a Japanese mall in there?
Yeah,
Like the toilet is like like everything's heated and neon. Like nothing is better. No people love shitting more than dads.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
dads.
secondly, hot girls because all of us have IBS. It's how we stay so goddamn thin. Okay.
This is gonna sound like I'm being a pick me, and I am.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way.
Just setting
Big
the
time.
records.
Like if I'll sell you all out for a Hawkeye. I want to be very clear.
Totally, and I wouldn't take offense.
Not you. I would. But what was I saying?
I don't know.
You don't want to be a pygmy?
I don't want to be a pick me.
This is gonna sound like I'm a pick me though. Whoa. And then you're gonna say,
Thank you. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce. I don't really fart that much.
oh,
Well, it's
Like-
because you eat only like 2 pounds of red meat and like nothing else.
And
Yeah, he's on the
berries.
carnivore diet.
And I eat
Yeah.
berries and some laughing cow cheese. I love that shit.
Yeah.
You
So
better
that
love
you
that.
have like a
Random.
very specific diet that I think.
oh, so you're super picky about what you eat.
Well, that's why, I mean, not so picky because I did cram 2 full Dunkin' Donuts
I
donuts
was
before I
gonna
got
say,
here.
literally
Yeah.
got here.
That's
and you
because I
guys-
need the glycogen. Okay, I have to get through this.
We were stuffing our face.
But I also was taught, I think, from a young age that farting was deeply wrong. Because I have 2 straight brothers, and they're farting all the time, and I naturally was like, gross, ew. I don't want to be anything like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my
And
mom, sorry, mom, whenever she had to fart, like say like my stepdad was there, she would run into my room, close the door, fart, and then say, shut up, shut up, shut up, and then leave really quick.
That's awesome.
My dad would do the same thing. He would walk in, fart, and just be like, and leave. But my mom used to make my dad she said never fart in front of me. This one, very, eleganza woman. And she would say, go in the bathroom and fart on a towel. And you pick the towel, and that's your fart towel. Okay? I don't want to hear you fart
Towel?
once. Go fart on a towel.
Fart on a towel?
Yeah. So
Does
my
it
dad
muffle the sound?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know
I've never
why.
heard that in my
I
life.
literally never heard of
So he would go fart on towels, and I'm like, which one's the fart towel? I'm in here washing my
They
hands.
get mixed around.
Like, God
yeah.
forbid you wash your face with the fart towel.
I know.
You just always had pink eye growing up and never knew why. They're
Oh my
like,
God.
oh, kids have pink eye.
Every towel, the fart towel.
And you said that you're breaking that seal is like probably tough for women, and I'm not trying to discount that. For guys, there is like, oh no, I have to shit. Like I can't just do it normally because like when guys go crazy in there. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
fine though.
We don't
know.
want to like show you that side of ourselves because I feel like we'd come out and the girl would be like, what
But
happened?
then that also, we need to remove that stigma in ourselves too, because if you can't accept that the guy you're dating does that, then why would you accept it about yourself? So I accept me in all my farting
Yes.
glory.
Yes.
And I accept my husband as that. And it's just more comfortable for everybody involved. Oh my gosh. I knew a girl in college who
her.
told me, she was my friend. She was my friend and she was/is Taiwanese. I am no longer in touch with her, but she told me that on the first trip she took to Taiwan with her boyfriend's family, because he was also Taiwanese, she did not shit for 10 days because she was sharing a hotel room with her boyfriend for the first time at 19 or 20. And when she got back,
Why?
her insides were so fucked up, she had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
How do you even hold it that long?
I know.
It-
I would be like,
The
I'm gonna
mind
go to
is-
CVS or something. Like,
The mind is crazy.
Yeah.
Mind will, like, if you have that much anxiety, it will ruin your body.
Yes.
oh my.
Oh my
100%.
God.
Yeah. It's
Girl.
mind over
Girls
matter.
do have a
girls.
really powerful ability to suppress like peeing. I've noticed as well. Like I feel like
Gabby.
I'm like with a
Me.
girl, and they're like, I feel like sometimes we're driving. I'm like, I have to pee so bad, and then 30 minutes pass, and I'm like, do you have to pee? And they're like, yeah, still really bad. I'm like, how did you do that?
Because we're good at living in discomfort because we've been forced to our whole
Amen.
Get wrecked,
Hey,
Zach. Get wrecked, Zach.
literally eat dicks, Zach. real
I'm trying
quick.
to. Okay.
It is so true, but there's different levels of I have to pee really bad. And I think every
totally.
woman knows this of like, hey, I have to pee really bad, but I have 30 minutes until I'll pee my pants.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's just like you kind of start leveling up and
Yeah, it gets more and more
Yeah.
extreme.
DEFCON 5.
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh wait, you have 2 more words.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, that was a
that was one. My second one is a phrase, and it's mental illness because I've struggled.
Farting.
Mental illness.
Yes.
It's really good that I'm married at this point because I don't know if I was single and I lived this public life now, who would be like, I'm gonna hitch my way into that
Story of our life, bitch.
I can't send guys on dating apps. Like, this is like 9th day I revealed them my Instagram.
This is a disaster.
With a goodbye letter, because I know it's over.
You'll do it to the general public, but on a Hinge app, no, thank you.
This is a disaster for my dating.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
This career, I'll be honest.
I know, but I've struggled with mental illness and a lot of different types. And anybody who thinks that anxiety, depression, and OCD and manic, whatever, all the same, have never had the specificity of all of them. It started when I was 18. I was like, I don't feel right, and that was depression. And then I had anxiety in my early 20s. It was kind of a generalized anxiety about the world.
Totally.
Then I learned what obsessive compulsive disorder really was, and not in the way that people are like, I'm so OCD. I just love to like organize my shirts. I'm like, no, you're just fucking organized, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Just
good trait.
clean. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good. I, for a year when I was 26, thought I was going blind, and I went to every single eye doctor in the city, every specialist. I now see a retina specialist, even though I really don't need to, because I started seeing one at a very young age, and they're like, you're fine, but just check in once a year because we need the insurance
hi.
money.
Yeah.
I am the youngest person in that waiting room every year by about 80 years.
Yeah.
Everyone seeing a retina specialist usually is in their senior years because that's when you have issues with your retina. I'm fine.
Did something happen with your eyes, or it was just a pervasive thought that maybe?
It was OCD is usually a symptom of just kind of something going on in your life. So there was a triggering event in my life that had to do with my family that is just kind of too long to get into. And then it manifested itself in OCD. I was sitting at work in my office, in my real estate office, and some guy was talking about how he got LASIK and he feels like his eyes have regressed a little bit. And I have
So-
too.
That's a big fear.
I got LASIK a while ago and my eyes have regressed a little bit, but not to the point where anything's that bad. And what he meant was, oh, I don't see as clearly as I do.
Yeah.
He didn't mean I'm going blind, but
Yeah.
my mind picked up on that because it was like it's easier to focus on this thought, this pervasive thought that you're going blind, than to think about all the other shit that you're worried about in your life. And it just became really, really debilitating. So that was my OCD bout. Then
So you've dipped your toe, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
You tried a little bit of everything.
You know, my husband was there with me for that. So that was really great actually having him around. But it's one of those things where it's like really getting a boyfriend. I tell this to all the biddies, my followers. I'm like, it doesn't fix anything. In fact, actually, my mental illness got worse after I met my husband because I no longer had to focus that energy on fixing my relationship and fixing the man I was with. I had so much time to figure out how much I was fucked up. And I was so shocked because prior to my relationship with my husband, I'd been with a lot of very damaged men who seemed to have it together on the outside. They had really great careers and everything, but they, because they were straight men, have never been taught to figure out how they feel.
Never did an ounce of shadow work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
They don't do it. They don't.
I feel
dip
like I
into
did
the
some shadow work
shadows.
early because being gay is being a shadow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you were kind of
That's
born
so
head
true.
first into the
Yeah.
the moleskin. If
Into
you
the
catch my
shadow world.
you're a journaling.
And
okay,
you're
yeah,
running towards that spotlight, I'll tell you what. Like a moth to a flame.
Yeah.
you were also growing up in Wallingford, Connecticut, which I can't imagine is an easy place to
No,
be.
actually, it was really easy to come out
Really?
gay. Glee was on TV.
It was
Glee-
cool to be gay.
Glee made gay
okay.
cool.
It was a sliver
Okay.
of time in
Wait, how old are
history.
you?
I'm 30.
Oh, okay.
Bleep that.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not bleeping it.
16. 16.
Yeah, that old vintage show Glee. Yeah, no.
Yeah, black and white Glee.
No,
Well-
it really like made gay kind of like cool in my school. Or there was
Yeah,
like
fair.
other
But you went to a performing arts school, so it was like to
Oh,
be
you
gay
did?
was
Oh,
to be
okay.
God.
to be gay was akin to being God.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it was pretty chill.
Okay.
But
Never mind. the performing arts school, never mind. You had it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was like you get bullied if you weren't gay. I'd be
Yeah.
like, fucking fuck you, breeder. You know what I mean?
Ew.
Yes, mental illness has been a thing in my life, and I'm currently battling a really bad round of depression, which is really fun. I just started on Wellbutrin,
Hell yeah.
and I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
I am a highly functional depressed person, but it sucks.
Totally. But it's
yeah.
really good that your depression came at the same time you started a podcast because those two things do go hand in hand.
They go, it's like a double helix. It's
And
like
you're not allowed to have a podcast without depression.
That's true.
So, and it's like, you know,
me and
vice
Gabby pass
versa.
it back and forth.
Yeah, trade off. It's a huge part of it. So welcome,
Welcome
to
to
the
life of
podcasting
podcasting.
community.
Is that what I did? Is that I screwed myself over by starting a podcast?
Yeah.
Maybe
it
you
was
don't
so
have
fun.
depression. You did just start a podcast.
Yeah. Maybe it's that. Maybe we tune in.
It's a symptom of the podcast.
I know, but I'm like on here. I'm like most of the time. You know, it's funny. It's like most of my content is so empowering, and I believe in it. But I think that it comes from a place of being disempowered and feeling like I got to get myself out of here. So I'll just write a script and put it online.
Yeah.
But yeah, so mental illness. What's my third one?
Starting
mental illness.
Starting mental
Keep
illness.
it light.
We're like,
the
this
next
is
one?
comedy.
Like this. And
No.
cherry, maraschino cherry.
And Maraschino Shirley Temples.
Oh, I'm just trying to. And homebody.
Yes. We
I
all
wanna
are that.
be one so bad. Okay.
Do you like to travel?
Not anymore. I'm done. I want a husband. I almost said boyfriend. I want a capital H husband.
Yeah.
TM.
Husband.
Okay.
Husband.
Who like always has his hand on my shoulder. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
want to
wanna
be on the back of the neck.
I want him to be like, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Because no one seems to give a fuck.
No, you're not married because when you are married, you do not want your husband to be touching you at all times.
You're underestimating how needy I am. How much I need physical and emotional and even spiritual uplifting. You know what I mean?
But it's gay. It's different.
So what's your love language? Acts of
It's
service,
actually,
or
I would
words
say
of
my
affirmation,
main-
or all of them.
That's actually one of the questions that we're going to start. So that's a
Oh.
great,
Perfect. Great lead in.
Oh my God.
Love languages.
Love languages.
Love
And what you
languages.
think about that?
Wait, can we name every single love
Yeah,
language?
let me look him
Yeah,
up.
I actually don't even know.
I know them.
Yes.
Physical touch,
Okay.
acts of service, gifts, words of affirmation, and quality time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Bing,
so
bang,
true.
boom. Out of all those, I would say
Rate them.
rate them.
Yeah.
For me, rate them.
Yeah. Yes.
For my life, I would say people say this is the vapid one, but it is words of affirmation is my
I
number
don't think
one.
that's vapid because it's also like I
No.
love you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I love some words because
Yeah.
I give a lot of words of like, if I'm with like a hot guy, I'm like, so hot how you picked up that water, hottie. God, you're so hot and beautiful and smart. Like, I'm like, I give it a lot with words. So I would love for someone to do it back to me. for a
Totally.
change. So when a guy says like, good, you're gorgeous, you know what I mean? It's hard for some people sometimes when you can weasel it out of them. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of men have issues with saying that they find somebody attractive. I mean, I've only dated straight men, thankfully.
Me too. So,
Uh,
yeah.
I've dabbled in both.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Well, try dating a British guy. You will not get a word of
Actually,
affirmation.
my
The
ex-
Queen will give you one beforehand. Yeah.
My ex that I
Makes
lived
me
with for
rest.
2 years was British. Can confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
There-
one single nice word.
No, just no
no words.
emotions.
Yeah.
It was, and I was the one to leave him, and I told him I was moving out, and I moved out, and he said nothing. I was like, I have to move out of this apartment. And
Like one morning, he's like,
and I have actually worse. He came home from work one day and he took off his jacket, and I just knew. I was like,
I gotta get out of
"What's
here.
on?" Yeah.
it's like because we'd had this conversation. I was feeling kind of weird about it already in the months prior to the breakup, because that's how it always goes. And he's like, we maybe moving in was too soon. You can always move out, but we can still be together. And I was like,
No.
I was like,
No.
why are you trying to make this work? So I said, I need to move out and we need to break up. And his reaction was, okay, I understand.
Well,
Literally.
ew.
Well, that's
nothing.
because British people are just beaten down, and they're like, rain again. Rain
How
again.
dare you.
And all of them are like, all right. 5th prime minister this year. All right. Only beans on toast. All right. Like, they're just like, okay, good.
Well, people, I think, reflect like their like nation's temperature and weather patterns. I feel like in America, it's crazy and psycho, extremely hot, extremely cold. We're all crazy. You know what I mean? We're all like going absolutely nuts over here. Extremes, you know? There, it's tepid, kind of cold, rainy, and it's like that all the time. Sometimes it's like a little warm, and you're like, oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. It's
shit.
raining.
And it's raining again.
Okay, so back to my thing. Number 2 for me, I'm gonna say gifts.
Sure.
Okay.
I love gifts.
When I say gifts, I don't mean diamonds. I actually really don't mean gifts that cost money. Or every gift costs money if you care. Like if you get me or write me a note, or you get me this weird little thing because you were just thinking about me, I will jump in front of a bus in your honor.
But I get that. Okay, because one of my girlfriends who started dating this guy and she's still with him 2 years ago.
Shout out.
She was telling me that she actually went through a divorce before she met this guy, and there were no children involved, so it was pretty clean as far as divorces go. And she didn't know if she was ready to date again, and this guy was really into her, and she was like, I knew that this is probably somebody I should not let go of just because I felt like maybe I wasn't ready, because I told him once that I was, does In-N-Out make t-shirts? Like I think they make merch, right?
I'm
In-N-Out merch?
In-N-Out
Oh, they
merch.
must.
They have.
Yeah.
So they have merch.
I'd buy it.
And she was saying that she just offhand, she's like, I told him that I really wanted an In-N-Out t-shirt because I think they're kind of cool. And he went and got me one.
Simple, sweet, just like a delicious little moment in time. And you know what that shows, listening?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Listening.
blowjob I would
And-
give a guy would be my magnum opus.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I would die. Like if he did a simple, nice thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is that not also acts of service? Is that maybe your number 3?
Acts of service? Acts of service, yes, I would say that. That one doesn't really come to mind very quickly to me. I will say my physical touch is definitely the next one.
3? Okay.
But that one seems like a given, like touch me.
Yeah, but not always.
But not always.
It's not a given. Nothing's a look at me. Nothing's a given.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Like I like to be I guess I'm not really quite a touchy person. I
you
like it in
into
big
PDA?
glass. I
like PDA?
want to do that so bad.
Some people don't really like that.
I don't like it.
I just
would-
like PDA because I love the idea of like shocking people because we're gay guys.
Is that even a shock anymore?
It is. When you see 2 grown-ass men
They have to be
making
hot.
out,
It's more exciting.
2
when they're
hot grown-ass men, like who are like,
You have not lived in New York long enough if you have not seen that. I'm like,
you'd think, but
Yeah.
even to this day, you do it and people are like this.
It's
It's
watching-
exciting.
It's so much
exciting.
sexual energy between 2 gay
Interesting.
men that
Yeah.
it makes
True.
everyone blush. Even straight guys, if they see, they're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh my
oh,
God.
oh my God.
Gay love.
That's
Good
weird.
love.
That's making me feel weird. Yeah.
Okay, Anna, do your love languages.
I think my top one is probably quality time together. I just really value my weekends with my husband. And I say this to everyone that you are not a girl's girl if you want to spend the most time with your boyfriend or your husband. And in fact, I think you should, because ultimately, if the goal is monogamy and marriage in a traditional sense, this is the person you are going to spend the most time with. You should want to spend the most time with them.
Yeah.
My weekends are very sacred for my husband. I pretty much almost never schedule girls' dinners on a Friday or a Saturday night because don't fucking touch them. They're for my husband. We don't spend that much time together during the week because we're both doing our thing. I love my girlfriends, but I am at the stage of my life too. I'm 34 years old. I live out in Connecticut. My husband travels for work. I travel for work, and during the week, sometimes he's working till 9. I'm in the city until 10. And so you will just not take that time away from me. And it's not that my girlfriends are not important to me. It's just that they should be second tier to my marriage. I am not married to you. I was
Totally
listening
agree.
to this podcast once where somebody was talking about how my husband's not my best friend. He'll never take that. Like my best friends are my girlfriends. I'm like, I think that's a problem Because conversely, if the tables were turned and my husband was like, my wife's not my best friend, I want to see, right?
I would come home with a bazooka.
The idea makes
I'd be
me
like, call the attorney. Because that's the thing. It's like, I know I'm my husband's best friend. He's mine. We love spending time together, doing absolutely nothing. And
awesome.
if all these girls are usually like in my DMs being like, oh my God, the guy I'm with, you know, he wants to preserve one Saturday night a week to his boys. I'm like, he has not grown up or he doesn't like you that much, because either way, that shit is not going to last. When you're 45 years old with kids and a mortgage and a house, he's still going to be running off every Saturday to go hang out with his buddies at the sports bar? No fucking way.
He gets
Not
the
on my
Super
watch.
Bowl.
Yeah.
You get the Super Bowl to do that.
One time a year.
One time a year.
The Super Bowl.
In January.
No, bitch, she doesn't get that. The Super Bowl
not
is
even.
The
for,
Super Bowl's for me and halftime show.
yeah, the Super Bowl is for all of us together. You can do things as a
They
couple
could hang
together.
out with us.
Yeah.
I think there's a fine line between, you have to maintain your own individuality and your own personality, but at the end of the day, you really have to want to spend time together, because if you don't, I mean, I have a lot of girlfriends actually going through divorces right now, which is, you're kind of at that age in your mid-30s where the people that met very early on start to realize maybe this wasn't the right person to hitch my wagon to, right?
Mhm.
Fine, it happens. But it always starts off with, I would rather spend time with my girlfriends than my husband. And I'm like, that's not right.
You're gay. Yeah, maybe you're gay.
Maybe you're gay, or you're deeply unhappy, or if you're, because I know how I felt when I was dating one of my exes, the one that I was living with.
I also
Who
lived
is
with
British.
a British guy.
Yes.
Aw.
Scary.
So there
I
you
know.
go.
They put fucking beans on everything. Like, you couldn't even. It's upsetting.
Beans on toast, carb on carb, carb on
They
carb.
put
Also
beans
the-
on everything, and then they put everything on toast. Everything
You
on
have
toast.
IBS.
It's like literally crazy. I'm like, no wonder you're falling apart as a society. You can't put everything on bread. You can't, and you
The
shouldn't.
food-
One
Yeah.
sweet green.
And I can't
One.
eat that much fish and chips. Like fried cod just doesn't do it for
It's
me.
not
I'm
doing it.
so sorry. That's the best thing you have to offer.
And that's lunch every day.
Yes.
I will
I'll
say,
shit my ass off.
I totally agree with you. When I was younger, I used to judge people who would get into couples and then disappear.
Yeah.
Because I was, I missed my friend. But now I couldn't want to do that less. I don't want to go to your events. I don't want to go to your
No.
luncheons. Okay. The only thing I want to go to is Lizzie's events. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks for
Gabby's
saying
events.
that. And nothing else.
And nothing else. I just want to spend time at home watching a hot guy play video games.
Watching.
I don't want to play video games.
Yeah.
I want to lay next to him, provide hilarious commentary. Should be on Twitch. Okay, how good it is while he plays.
Yeah, or on your respective screens. It's just quality time together doesn't always necessarily mean you're deep in intellectual conversation with nothing else around. It just means however you guys want to be together. The togetherness is all it is. And I think that's my number one thing. The rest, honestly, I don't really care about that much. I was never really a big gifts person. I don't like stuff. I think
Couldn't imagine.
there's too much stuff
Couldn't
in.
disagree less. This much.
But it's okay.
Yeah. You know that
I-
big trash pile in the Pacific?
It's Gabby.
That's Gabby. Okay, yeah.
That was mostly me.
I
I won't
so
take
sorry,
full
by the
credit,
way.
but that was mostly me.
You know,
I had a hand in it.
but I don't want more stuff because I've realized as somebody who didn't grow up with a lot of stuff and wanted a lot of stuff in my 20s, that getting that stuff didn't make me feel any better. I like nice things, obviously, and I buy myself plenty of nice things, but I don't love this overaccumulation of just having everything. Like, I want to bring back repeating outfits because it's just too exhausting to think about having a new outfit for every event I'm going to, or every now that I have a podcast. I'm like, I need 42 outfits. Like, no, it's fine.
No, you
Like-
just get the tip with podcasting is you just get jackets, a bunch of jackets, and then you're switching out the tops under the jackets.
So true.
It's all you remember in magazines, not to bring it back to
And
magazines.
I know
it would be
exactly
like,
where you're going.
yes, the 3 outfits, but 10 different. I mean, 3 pieces of clothing, but 10 different ways.
It's a
A capsule wardrobe.
capsule
A
wardrobe.
It's that.
wardrobe.
capsule wardrobe.
Yeah. But
Capsule wardrobe?
But I literally, this is what I'm most, I was like thinking about this today. I'm going out to LA in a couple weeks and I'm filming a couple episodes. And I was like, I want to just pack everything into a carry-on. I don't want to bring a check-in.
Yeah.
But I'm filming, I think, 7 episodes. So I'm not bringing 7 outfits. I'm just going to wear the same outfit for all 7 episodes. And honestly, it's a podcast. That's the beauty of it. If
People like consistency.
there we go.
That's pretty good.
Uniform.
The guests will be different. It's like, oh, how will they know it's a different day? I'm like, they will know, okay? Because the guests will be different.
Okay,
if they don't
just gonna have to figure it out, maybe.
Yeah.
If they don't know, there are bigger problems going on. Or if the success of this episode hinges upon me wearing a neon blue shirt versus a neon yellow shirt, like we did something wrong with the content.
Yeah,
So,
the audio medium doesn't depend on the top.
No,
Yes,
this podcast
exactly.
has been hard because I went through all of our clips and I realized I've repeated every outfit I have maybe 3 to 7 times.
Yep.
But I try to dress like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if my outfit changes, that means that some inner growth has happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are your own avatar.
Yeah, it's exactly if like my outfit changes.
Like your Wii character. Do you remember Wii?
Mees?
Remember? Yes.
Wii?
Mees.
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 From
Mees
Wii.
are the
Wees.
Are the Wees.
species of humanoids who live within a Wii.
Totally.
Yeah, you could say.
Oh, I miss Wii. Not to completely flip yours on its head, but my number 1 is acts of service.
Yeah.
It is.
That is so me.
It is.
When like taking
Like
out
breakfast
the
in
trash.
bed?
No, not even like
not even
it's
grand.
Literally like service. Like
Take
yes,
service acts of
take
service.
actual things off of my to-do
my
list.
plate over to the trash.
Not
Yes.
Scrape
Scrape.
into the trash
Not
can.
acts of
Put
service.
it in the dishwasher.
Yes. I like if I have, because I'm always doing a little thing. I'm like I'm so lesbian coded where I'm always hanging up a little hook and that I ate pussy one time and didn't like it. No, where like take out the trash, fix the fridge that's beeping, like change the light bulbs.
Boy jobs.
Like, boy jobs. If I'm carrying a bag, I had this one boyfriend, God bless him, he was so demented, but his one hot quality was that if I ever picked up a bag, he would immediately take it out of my hand. He would be like, oh, you're not lifting. Oh,
That's
so
attractive.
hot. That just like pick me up from a place, drive me to the airport, like things like that.
I was like, all right.
And
I thought you meant literally pick her up.
Yeah.
You're like, Wee. Thank you.
Thanks.
Little dirty
Lift it up. It's
dancing.
sexy.
Bring me to the bathroom.
That was fun.
Yeah, I love acts of service. Do an errand. To an errand.
Oh, I picked up your prescription.
I'll blow
That
you.
almost got her. That almost got you close.
I almost put this in my mouth. That's the last one on my list is actually quality time, but not quality time to hang out with my friends. No. Quality time in that leave me alone.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like
you would want him to be there but not talking to you?
No, like I want us to have our time that we spend together, but for the majority of the day, I want you to leave me alone until we have our planned thing. Like I need introverted time to just be alone.
That's just marriage, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to be married because that just happens.
Yeah.
You're not even trying. It's not even like you're holding back from talking to each other during the day. You're just like, I'll see you tonight.
I'll see you at home.
Yeah, that's so hot. But I've dated very codependent men in the past who were like on top of me like a fucking cat on my head.
We need
and I'm like, I
independence.
need my space.
But you know what? I
young.
want to ask this because I think a lot of the times, like our love languages come from what we didn't get. So you dated codependent men. That's not actually because you don't want quality time. You just didn't want to be smothered, right?
Yes.
So maybe you do like quality time with the right guy, and you were just dating absolute leeches of
Slugs.
humans.
Just like
slug leeches.
you thought you wouldn't like a man with a full set of teeth, and now here we are.
You're
look
so
at you.
right.
Who the fuck are your exes? I'm sorry.
Literally,
Do you know the movie Nightmare Before Christmas?
not the lead, another guy.
All the support.
I don't.
Do you know the boogeyman in Nightmare Before Christmas? Picture
Yes,
that.
hot son.
Yeah.
Wait. So your type is
My type is sort of like in the past. I'm
Halloween
changing
Town.
that.
your type is in the past. Just
Yes, my type is sort of like macabre, spooky,
like Johnny Depp
Yeah,
in like Charlie
Edward
Conklin.
Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
Your hands, yeah.
Okay.
but British, you know.
Totally.
Right. Okay.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so like depressive demon boy who hates everyone but is obsessed with me.
Like Edward Cullen.
Fair.
Like Edward Cullen.
That's a little manic pixie dream girl-esque,
yeah.
right?
And now I'm done
Ding,
with
ding,
that.
ding, ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
But
We're
now
not
I'm
doing
done
that
with that.
anymore.
Okay.
Giving a little Elizabethtown,
I don't know what that is.
the movie with Orlando Bloom and Kirsten Dunst where he's super depressed because his father died.
I shouldn't watch it.
It's actually really a
Watch
great
that
movie.
smut film. All right, yeah.
But
Stick to Twilight.
It's porn to me.
she like fixes him because he's
Yes.
that impressed. He's also Orlando Bloom, so it's
Worth it.
everybody would fix him. But
Yeah, it's really, I've realized, and we've talked about this a lot, is it comes from me being obsessed with vampire lore growing up and Twilight and Vampire Diaries and all these things of this dark figure who needs you and who is violent towards everyone else but will protect you at all costs. That's sort of like my vibe.
You want like a bodyguard who's also your servant,
Yes.
but has his own life.
No, we're
Leave
over
me
that
alone.
now.
Okay.
My boyfriend now is like a puppy and he has a job and teeth.
And we're so proud.
We're going-
Thank you.
Wait, and I want to know what you think because
Yeah.
I'm the opposite of her. I like when guys won't leave me alone. Like I want to. It's like even I could even fantasize about me being like this guy is smothering me, and I'm like,
that's probably because you didn't get a guy that paid enough attention to you in the past.
ooh, KO'd right on the
Right there.
floor.
Because
Got
if
me.
you felt it, I always think it's like people are like,
Oh,
should I care that a guy I am dating is following hot chicks on Instagram? I'm like, if you care, then you should care because my husband could go follow whoever the fuck he wants to follow
Yeah.
on Instagram.
I wouldn't even think to check it.
I don't care. He's like a straight guy. Like, who cares? Like, but if you don't get it, then you want it to make up for what you didn't get and you want it in the umpteenth degree. So I think if you
Yeah.
met a guy who you knew was so into you and super solid, like you wouldn't be like, it's fine. It's mine. What's yours is yours, right?
yeah. I just that feeling like when you see someone text you and then you like look away and then you hear like they're like call me back right now. Like I feel like sometimes guys are very much I don't want to make you feel weird by like texting you too much. I'm like you don't get it.
Make me feel weird.
Yeah.
Send me like a singing gram. You know what I mean?
Voice memo
Yeah.
up my whole chat. Yeah.
So-
I mean, I think, look, it's just going to be different too because like I can't even begin to understand the complexities of gay relationships, right? And what the rules are there. I barely understand straight relationships, and I'm in
It's
one.
nuts. What these gay guys are doing
Yeah.
is absolutely insane.
We have better maps of Mars than we do of the
So
gay
true.
community.
It's
I
true.
will say.
They don't even know what they're doing. It's
Like-
a disaster.
It's like there are no rules, which is really freeing in a way, but also really chaotic. Like I always think that people need structure in their lives, and when they don't have structure, that's when all hell breaks loose. Like I went to NYU and I went to the Gallatin School within NYU, which
Yep.
if you guys don't know what that is, it's the School of Individualized Studies. And people always
Ravenclaw.
ask me, I know, right?
It's
Hufflepuff.
very
The
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw one.
It's
yeah.
very Ravenclaw, and people are like, well, what did you study? And I'm like, literally nothing. I absolutely don't know what I studied in. My concentration, I don't know, ethics and a minor in Mandarin Chinese. Like, what did I think I was going to do with that afterwards?
College is about
So-
wearing a tube top.
It's
what
so
that is what
true.
it is.
And it's about being drunk in a city alone. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And being like, figure out how to get home without mom.
with Bam being
That's what
on
that
in your
is.
heels.
Exactly.
Yes.
In a full heel.
Let's do rapid fire questions.
No, we have to
Oh, we have to wrap.
We have
Oh my
to-
god.
Oh.
Darlings, we have blasted through this episode. But
That's
we do-
crazy.
Oh, that was so
I know. We can do a couple more on the Patreon.
Oh, great.
But we do need to wrap right now if we're going to do that.
Okay.
Right.
So I guess we'll do our closing segment then, which we call Give You Wings. It's where we basically super compliment each other to an extreme degree.
Mhm.
British people can't do it.
They
They
cannot.
cannot do it. We've had a few on and it's like we're waterboarding them.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I have to do it back. Like they literally go like this. It's
When they
amazing.
ask, do I have to do it back? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, why do you think we did this?
Yeah. Why do you think we
care
had you
about you.
on? Compliment us.
No, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna compliment. We're gonna double team you ultimately. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll compliment us back.
Perfect. All right.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, Anna.
Okay,
Oh my
Anna.
god. I said this from the moment I saw you. You have what I've seen some good skin. in my life and my days. Okay, I hang out with these Botox gays. Do you know what they do to their face?
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
You can't even look at it. It's like looking at the sun. Okay, so bright, and you know what I mean.
Talk about going to a retina specialist. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot look at a gay guy without burning your eyes out.
Give me the number for that retinal specialist because I've been looking at these twinks out here. My eyes are fried, but I did see your face, okay? Because it glows brighter than all that shit. You have amazing skin. You look amazing.
Incredible skin. And just from this perspective of being a woman online, a woman of the internet, okay? I watch all your videos and I literally, it's sort of one of those things, you know, when you're scrolling and then something hits your heart and you're like, that is your Instagram to me, where I'll just be scrolling and then you'll be talking and I'll just sort of leave it like this and then I'll be like this. Oh no. I do that a lot during your videos of being like, oh no.
Got my ass.
Got my ass, bitch. Served on a silver platter, my ass. Okay? Because what you're saying is potent and what you're saying is beautiful. And you're teaching these whores to do what they do best.
to put the whore title maybe down.
No. Or lift it up.
Because sex work is work.
No.
So I was trying to go in for the save there. Sex work is work. That's like the timer. I don't know.
But
Basketball thing.
To bring it back to what Zach is saying, you could say whatever the fuck you want online. You could be, I mean, there are politicians running around, saying potent things, but they look like shit.
Yeah.
Okay? They look like shit, so I don't care what they
Big
have to
penalty.
say.
Like if politics, if they looked good, imagine.
Imagine what
You'd
we
be in the
get
year
done.
3000.
So you're out here saying potent shit, yeah, but you're looking amazing while doing it.
Thank you so
And
much.
that's what's important to me.
And one more thing I'll say. My neck cracked from that.
I actually heard that. I was wondering what that was.
That was my heart opening to tell you.
Yeah.
I want your life. A husband.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Hello? Are you
Oh,
gonna have
we-
kids?
Yeah, one day.
Question mark. Good.
Question
Yeah.
mark. Question mark. Exclamation point.
Yeah. I think that was more of a ... question mark.
Yeah. Like,
Maybe.
We'll see.
Somewhere.
no, I really, when I close my eyes and imagine my future, it is with a husband in Connecticut with weekends sacred to us.
Yes. And I love my life for the most part. And so, but not everything is what it looks like online. So I will say I'm not getting divorced or anything like that. But just because somebody's life looks perfect and great online does not mean there is not some shit going on behind the scenes. So we've been through our fair share.
Call back to the Mormon
To the
Tradwives.
Okay.
I'm
That's
sure
a
it's a
whole-
mess back there.
I'm sure it's probably not that great, them believing in an alien and such. You know, Mormonism, there's an alien element.
I think you're talking about Scientology.
No, there's also one in Mormonism.
We
There's
don't
one
have time
guy.
to get into
To
the
get into
Okay.
opinions of Mormons.
Wait,
Respect.
let me do mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have
Gabby.
to.
No.
Stop.
Okay.
Try.
Gabby.
Yeah.
You are surprising in the best way possible because when you walk in, when you just look at you look at her, and Gabby in person strikes you as like a New York City model that has never lived a life of anything but privilege because she's just attractive and she's blonde and she's skinny and you're just like, fuck, like this girl is not going to be nice because she's just like never had to be nice to anybody in her entire life because she just gets everything she wants. And then you talk to her and she's like, I date creatures. And I'm like, instantly relatable, really love it. So I appreciate that you are hot and I
No, thank you.
Yeah, thing.
am very relatable. And this has been so fun and I'm so excited to talk to you on my podcast.
I can't wait to
but-
tell you all my
Yeah.
demons.
But I'm glad you have demons. It's not to say that I'm glad you're fucked up, but it's also when I meet people that look perfect and act perfect, I'm like, well, fuck me. Don't have anything to say to you. Sorry.
No, those people are not interesting, okay?
Yeah.
The great question you should be asking yourself, girls, write this down,
Write this down.
is how do I become interesting at a cocktail hour? That's all that matters.
And I know how you do it. Journal, find out who you are. Find out the mask underneath all the masks. The mask you are when you're by yourself, okay? Bring that one out. Everyone's going to love it.
And do crazy shit so you have fun stories.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Okay.
Take
and,
an improv class.
and Zach, you are actually so hot.
It's true.
Can you take your shirt off? I think this is a great way to end.
He's-
because look at what we're working with here.
They know.
Okay.
Let's make one
Look at
thing
your
clear.
arm.
because
This is the first time I've ever seen him in a sweater. Let's be clear.
You take your
It's-
shirt.
yes. Okay. So this is too bad you're not straight. because the biddies, my followers would love you.
Shout out.
Actually, maybe there's some gay biddies that
There
would
has
love
to
you.
be.
There, I think there are.
Yeah.
You know, so
I love affirmation from women as well. I'm an ally.
but you know, we really mean it because we have no skin in the game. So I don't have to tell you you're hot. It's like, but you are very attractive, and it's like if you, I said this before we started rolling. If you didn't open your mouth, I'd be like, oh, that's a really attractive straight guy in his late 20s, early 30s. And then he starts
20s.
talking and you're like,
yeah.
and then you're like, well, because I always assume anybody who has a beard looks older than they actually are because it ages you a little bit. In a good way. I think for men, that's not a bad thing.
It's better. It's
You
good
wanna
for
look
the contours
older.
of the face.
Exactly.
Because
But
when men
yes.
turn 50, they start like getting a lot of perks in our society, I find. Like,
Exactly.
You get a public office or something. You know what I mean?
401k.
They make you the Secretary of State or something. I don't know.
You
You're
get
rich
what
enough to get a sugar baby. No,
yeah.
just-
My God, that's
How
great.
embarrassing. I would never be a sugar daddy. To get a sugar baby? No.
I
You
want
would
less
be the sugar
responsibility.
baby.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
are
like
the sugar
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not going to pay for your life. You need to pay for mine.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, those are my but you both have been a joy. Oh my God. Who the fuck am I?
Absolute joy.
Yeah, and this was absolutely amazing. I had no idea what I was walking into. This has been so fun. I actually don't think I've ever done a podcast with two hosts before. So
It's nice because it feels like a dinner party.
It does feel like a
An
cocktail hour.
intimate dinner
That's
party.
true.
It's less interview. It's more like say whatever you want. We'll say whatever we want, and this will be a mess.
Yeah.
You know? That's our vibe.
This one, it is kind of like, I do want to make this podcast, it's a mixer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a mixer that you're like, okay, I guess we'll go. And then you go and you're like, you know what? That was like a really fun time there.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Nice. It's that.
I know, even though Gabby looks like she could not be done. I'm joking. I'm not.
You
Oh, I look
really do
mean.
look like you would be a mean bitch.
Doesn't she look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she
Yeah.
like grew up like
Yeah.
just you?
I think you have a high
know
face
who
with.
you-
I have my face is very, and I have a lot of Botox. Right?
You know who you give Serena Vanderwoodsen's mom in Gossip Girl.
Yes, and I do follow her. Her name's Kelly something, and what a wicked set of bones.
She's
in
a
her
lot
face,
of
you know.
But her
You have
character,
a high face with height ratio.
Yes, no, I look positively evil up front, and on the inside, I'm just like, yeah, you know.
Really?
So it's and that's why I'm a comedian, and not
Yeah,
like the head of Goop.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But my face is giving like I make serum that's $3,000 a bottle.
You
like
don't
that's
make the
my
serum.
face.
You do go.
I
to
hire
rooms where you talk
children to
Yeah,
make the serum. Like,
exactly.
I'm so institutionally evil. But on the
But you're vegan for the environment.
Yeah, I'm
Do you think I look mean?
no, I think you look like
We have to wrap.
I think you look like a lacrosse bro.
Agreed.
Before
You're
you
coming
speak.
You
back.
look Argyle, which is what you wanted.
Lax Bro?
Coming back
You
every
just
episode.
you look like somebody I would not relate to if you were straight.
Yeah. And Lizzie, we love you to death so
know
much.
that.
Oh my
And you're
god.
perfect. And where can we find you? Plugs.
Maybe both is my social handle, and I just launched a podcast called Brutally Anna.
Woo! Go check it out.